Sunday's tournament. Kenny Atkinson told us it was so beautiful just to have the whole Cavs organization represented there. He showed us Dan Gilbert pulled out all the stops for the group. Kenny was able to bring 14 family members. He called it such a win, which for them it ended up being as Evan and Donovan won the skills competition and Kenny coached Team Sunday's tournament. He said the OG guys were really locked in, especially Kyrie Irving. Said it was fun to be a part of, and no disrespect to Shaq. It was really Team Kenny Atkinson that won. Give some more love to Kenny Atkinson as the leader of that team, guys.
Yeah, he was the one doing the actual coaching. Yes, Cassidy, and really cool to see the way Kenny's entire family got to enjoy the weekend as Wade. Really interesting journey for Kenny Atkinson back to this head coaching position too, where it looked like a couple years ago he was going to take Charlotte, doesn't, ends up here, and it's worked out nice. Big game against the Celtics coming up on Sunday. They've struggled this season against Boston, 6-point game, but they were just down 39, which was the Knicks' largest deficit since 2019. Tisdale. So this is the largest deficit they have faced with Tom Thibodeau as their head coach. Steph, just how about the idea of the Knicks, who've been outstanding this season, but have struggled against the tippy top of the league, obviously not succeeding tonight, and then going into another big test against Boston, who has thumped them in each of their first two meetings.
I mean, I think you see it in the numbers. They're efficient. They've got great weapons. They might not have the depth of some of these other teams that we're talking about, but they've got to be better on the defensive end of the floor, and that's been a staple of Tom Thibodeau teams throughout the course of his coaching career. And you know, I had them earlier in the season and just talking about that. And as the league changes and as players get better and as quality depth, you know, you've got to focus on just making shots more difficult for your opponent. Good offense is always going to beat good defense, right? But it can't be this easy.
Yeah. Where the Cavs are shooting 62% tonight. Have gotten whatever they've wanted as Shamet. Both teams have emptied their benches.
But the conversations, you know, of the Knicks being that next tier.
Yeah.
Right.
Little floater. Drops in for Huck, the 58th pick of this past year's draft, Jerome. That's Kenny Atkinson was talking to us about before the game, where he said one of the things he really tried to do was empower Ty Jerome to be more aggressive, to be more confident offensively. He saw him in Golden State when Kenny was an assistant there under Steve Kerr, and he thought, you know, Ty was very into and very capable as a setup point guard, but that needed to get more assertive. And he's tried to empower Ty Jerome like that. And Jerome has put in the work and gotten the results, averaging a career-high 11 points per game. That's 19 tonight. Nice little take and the finish.
Kenny Atkinson also talking about relying on that time in Golden State with Steve Kerr when it comes to rotations, depth, matchups, substitution patterns, and all of those things, and having those conversations with his staff. And Steve Kerr always having those conversations when Kenny Atkinson was on his staff.
Can't play 12 or 13 guys. And how can we in the second game of our doubleheader?
But I can tell you this, Ryan, you never hear anybody that played for a team that won championships that didn't talk about connectedness.
Good talk about that. In 2016, one of them on the floor right now, Tristan Thompson. Always be beloved by this fan base for his critical role on that too.
You know, when you're in the ball game, particularly right now, you think about New York and the injuries that they've had, and guys happen to come in and play no matter what. And for Cleveland, you're looking to crack the rotation. And if you're not ready when you get that opportunity, you probably won't get it again.
Here's Thompson. Handing it off to Porter. Porter behind the back. Porter fading away, gets denied by Wright, and then saved back into his arms. Still on Wright. Knicks acquired at the deadline as Shamet can't hit the three. Tyson's floater is good. And Tyson, the 20th pick. Attended 3 different colleges, Texas, Texas Tech, and Cal. That's more and more common in the portal days.
It is. In fact, it's rare that you don't see that anymore.
Yeah. DeLon Wright barges in, and a blocking foul is called as Wright will shoot 2.
No matter what.
Do you ever in those moments say, you know, this one? Here's Okoro. Oh, nice Euro, and Isaac Okoro lays. Payne will take the 3 and knock it down. So Cam Payne's been a really good piece off the bench for the Knicks this year. Tom Thibodeau has the pace he has brought to the Knicks' second unit. Is that saved? Cavs able to maintain possession, though. 5 minutes to go in this fourth. Both benches are emptied. Here comes Wright. Wright, Euros, drops it in. Shamet kicks it out. Catch and shoot 3 off the mark. Tomlin will fling it up there. Got it earlier, Steph. Number 1 in the NBA, 39% from 3 as a team, as Wright sneaks into another whistle.
The number 2 in made threes.
Complaints about the Cavs roster, what they might be lacking to truly. Last year, this year, DeAndre Hunter at the deadline. And then the key ingredients, finding a way for all 4 of their core 4 to be at their best while sharing the floor together.
And being able to play in different types of lineups. And we saw that even here tonight with Dean Wade.
Yeah.
Making his way back. Then you can play with Tack in a different way, where Jared Allen is a diving, rolling big.
Damier lays it in, plus the foul.
The ability to match the high-powered offense, and you can't afford to trade their 3s for your 2s.
Tyson dumps it down, and the finish, 134-98, Cavs in front. Matt Ryan's little push shot is off. Thompson now scorching hot in this game. Put up 41 in the first, 36 in the second. Donovan Mitchell at 24 in the. Only Oklahoma City with a better point differential in the league entering this one, but this is going to help lift that number too.
Sure is.
Okoro, bank shot, off. Good battle on the glass, and Tomlin banks it in, plus the wise he's okay. And then from a basketball standpoint, you hope this is something he.
About it, certainly it's a scary issue to be dealing with, and wish him the best. And for Dallas, every center that they have right now is out with injury.
I know it was only 3 quarters, but Anthony Davis was unreal in his debut.
He certainly was. And Anthony Davis would just give them, and will give them, just a different look than they've had. Of course, Daniel Gafford came in a season ago and was instrumental in that finals run.
Dallas has been just besieged. By the way, the 42-point deficit a moment ago, now the largest of the Tom Thibodeau era for the Knicks. A very, very successful era following a long period of frustration and lack of success for the organization. It's been steady progress over the last few years, with the Cavs leading by 41. Thompson, little hook, crowd wanted it, didn't get it. Porter giving it up. Tyson can't knock it down. A reminder, Minnesota and Houston coming up next. And a reminder, when you're not hearing Steph on NBA or women's college games, you're going to be watching her on the sidelines. I have a feeling you'll be on our ESPN ABC schedule
early in the season.
I would think so. Shot clock at 3. Tomlin lets it fly. Can't hit.
Pure domination from the opening tip. Just a clinic offensively.
That 3 goes down as they absolutely thumped the Knicks. 142 to 106 the final. Cleveland